Oh, yeah, it's me. It's your boy, the Louisiana Country Boy, coming at you live once more again. Also, what I need for you to do, sit back, relax, put on your headgear. Oh, my worthless 2 cents is about to put something in your ear.
Oh, and here we go, here we go, here we go. Your boy's back, your boy's back, your boy's back. And if you don't know, it's Wednesday, so you should know. So, get ready, get ready, get ready. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh, yeah, it's me. It's your boy, the Louisiana Country Boy, coming at you live with another episode. With another episode of my worthless 2 cents table talk, where your approval is not needed. Wow, man, I'm here. Oh, thank you, Heavenly Father, for giving me one more chance to come up here before your people. Oh, I am so honored and so grateful. Thank each and every one for tuning in. Look, I said it over here on the other platform, so I'm going to tell y'all right here that's watching live. You see, I'm up here by myself. So you know when I'm up here by myself, I say it like an old country preacher. I won't be before you long. I won't. All I'm going to do is pop in and pop out. I'm going to be in and I'm going to be out. Boy, before you know it, look here, the greens ain't going to even get cold. That's how quick I'm going to be. I'm going to be in this thing and out of this thing. Look here. I wanted to just stop by for a moment. Hey, Julie! Hey, Miss Julie, can you hear me? We good? Let me know if you can hear me. I'm going to just pop in and pop out for a moment. I'm going to drop a little message real quick. I am going to actually just piggyback on a message that I posted today. I'm going to piggyback on some things that I said today. I'm going to piggyback on some things that I want to share. And that is this, is that understand this. I want each and every one of us to know this, is that at some point in all of our lives, at some point, somewhere along the way, we all have received some kind of scar. We all have been scarred in some kind of way, whether it was a scar of a friendship that went astray, whether it was a scar of a relationship that went astray, whatever it has been, we all have received some kind of scar. None of us are immune to being scarred by something or someone. Whether it was a scar of feeling that somebody didn't care about us, whether it was a scar of betrayal, no matter what it was, loneliness, loss, each and every one of us has this one thing in common. Each and every one of us has this one thing in common, is that at some point, somewhere, we have been scarred. Now, old country boy, she's gonna get, ain't gonna be no, when you go to the restaurant, they ask you if you want an appetizer. Well, that was the appetizer right there. The appetizer was the fact that all of us have experienced some kind of scar in our life. Something at some point, somewhere. And my mama used to say, boy, if you ain't, keep living. If you ain't, keep living. I never knew what that meant until I kept living. Now I know what that meant. If you ain't, keep living. Now, the appetizer was just that. I told you I'm gonna be in and I'm gonna be out. But for y'all, look, if y'all run to the kitchen and get a glass of water, y'all gonna miss this because I'm gonna be gone. At some point, we've all been scarred. Something, someone has scarred us. But here is the meat and the potatoes. Here's the meat and the taters right here. You know what the meat and the taters is? Yes, we're all tied by the simple fact that we've been scarred. But the meat and the taters say this: Are you still focusing on what scarred you, or are you working on your healing process? And I say that because I could sit up personally and talk about the things that have happened, and this person was this, and this person did this, or this person was a liar, or this person was a cheater. I could sit up and talk about them, because all I'm doing at that point is still picking at the scab of that scar. That scar, see where I come from country. Scars like real. If you get hurt, we put some peroxide or some, well, I ain't gonna even tell y'all that. We pour some alcohol on that thing. It burnt like all get out when you got old cut or something. You pour some alcohol on it and you went on back out there, you burned for a minute and you ran because it was burning so bad. But you did that. You didn't wrap it up and put band-aids all on, because this is what I discovered about putting band-aids. See, what they tell you, when you get a wound or something, let the air hit it. Let that thing air out. Stop touching it. Stop, what they say, stop picking at it. See, I've seen so many people, and I've experienced it myself personally, where you keep picking at the thing that scarred you. You keep picking at it. You keep picking at that scar. You keep going back to that thing that scarred you, or that person that scarred you. You keep remembering and bringing up how the hurt was, and how that. How's it ever going to heal? How is the scar ever going to heal over if you keep picking at it? And so many people, I see this thing is they have become so comfortable in picking at the scars, to healing is something foreign. The healing process is something foreign, but the picking at the scars has become common. It has become the norm. To pick at the thing, to keep bringing back up how somebody did something, to keep bringing back up this right here and this bad thing that happened, and how they hurt me, and how you gonna heal? Well, I'm getting it out of my system. Well, let me tell you something. I'm gonna country on this one. How many times do you have to keep regurgitating something up till you get tired of throwing it up? Somewhere in the scripture it says something about a dog returning to its vomit, and that's what picking at that thing is you returning back to that thing. It's that dog returning back to the vomit. See, from me, my scars that have healed, because I'm gonna tell y'all something more. And sometimes now I'm older now. I had a cut somewhere on my hand years and years and years and years and years ago. But as I look, I can't even see where that scar was, because I quit picking at it. I actually let it heal over. And even for me, I can't speak for nobody else. And for me, some people say, well, it takes you back. Well, because I allowed that thing to heal naturally, I didn't keep going back to it. Now that scar, I can't even tell you where it was, because back then it was a scar. I'm looking at my hand now going like, which hand was it? I don't even remember. In the early stages of it, you see it, and it automatically, the pain that occurred when it happened comes rushing back. But over time, when you allow that thing to heal, it doesn't become the subject of conversation no more. You see how you know how you keep things alive? They become the subject of your conversation. They become the focus of your life. They become that main thing that you always. But when you become healed, things become different. See, it's not what happens to us, it's how we choose to view the things. I was listening to someone that says this: when you start to heal, your view becomes different. That thing that scarred you doesn't become your main focal point anymore. It doesn't become the main thing because now I moved away from the pain into the healing. I moved away from the pain to the healing. But sometimes we become so comfortable. We are so easily persuaded to just become comfortable in our hurt. We become so comfortable talking about and continually repeating the things that hurt us, continually talking about who did us wrong, continually always going back to that which we say. And that's going back and continually bringing up in our mind the very thing that we say we want to forget about and move past. Let me ask you something. And I know this just for me, just something that happened to me years ago. Years ago, when I was younger in the country, I was in a car accident. Car swerved out of control. Me and my nephew were in the car and it swerved off the road and it landed in between two pine trees. Slap dab. God be the glory. Right in the middle. There wasn't a dent on the car, no dent, no scratch. Neither one of us were hurt. But for me, it took me the longest time, one, to ever want to drive again. It took me the longest time to ever want to get behind a steering wheel because I was paralyzed by fear. I was scarred. And it took me even longer to travel down the road in which the accident occurred. See, I didn't keep going down that road every day, going and looking at where it happened at and going, bringing it back up and every day continue to talk about this is where I had. See, but what I felt then when in the scar was new. As I let that thing air out, and I knew within me I couldn't stay in that spot. If I ever wanted to go somewhere, I would eventually have to get behind the wheel again. So I couldn't be so paralyzed by the fear that I would never step out and say, you know what, I'm going to take the wheel. After eventually taking the wheel, I drove, but then again, I was still paralyzed by the fear, that spot, that scar. I didn't want to go back down that road. I didn't want to continue to bring that thing up, the healing process. But as time passed, and I didn't keep picking at it. I didn't keep picking at it, thinking that I'm gonna keep picking at this thing and keep bringing it back up. And every day I want to talk about how this accident was, and I didn't keep picking at it. I didn't keep picking at it. But as time passed and the healing happened, not only We get so caught in this thing. Whatever happened, whatever has happened to us, whatever caused the scar, whatever caused that was not your fault. But to each and every one, your healing is your responsibility. We can't place our healing journey on somebody else and give it to somebody else and say, oh well, if you come and if you just say I forgive you for what you did, then I can start. Let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all something. Maybe y'all don't know this, but a lot of times, many of the times, most of the time, you're not going to get an apology from someone who has scarred you. It's a wonderful thing if you do. But the reality of life is that a lot of times you are not going to get the apology. So if you sitting around waiting on somebody before, well, I'm gonna stay right here and I'm gonna keep remembering what you did to me and you did this to me and I ain't gonna forgive you until you come and apologize and I feel it's a real apology, then guess what? You're gonna be stuck right where you at. That's why that scar, ain't never gonna heal. That's why every time something happens, that wound is so tender. That's why it's so tender. It's not tender because of them. Understand something. It ain't tender because of the ones on the outside. That thing is tender because you won't let it heal. You keep picking at it. Well, I can't, and well, I ain't gonna never, all women are the same, and they are, because you know why you can say that? It's because you got a tender scar on something you ain't healed from. Well, all men are this and they are, because you got a tender scar. That scar's still tender from something somebody else. You sitting up here, let me tell you what you sitting up with malice, unforgiveness, and hatred in your heart towards somebody else, and they ain't suffering one bit. You're sitting up picking at the scar and wondering why it won't ever heal. Well, why can't I? Just because you won't allow the healing to start taking place. That's why. Once you stop picking at that thing, it's like, oh, mama say, let that thing out. Let that thing out. Let the air hit that. Let the good air hit that thing. You done put alcohol and peroxide on it. Now let the air hit it. Leave it alone. Don't pick at that. See, all folks, when they say don't be picking at that. It's so funny. I think about when I was growing up in the country. I don't even know if they have them no more. But we used to get the chicken pox. I don't know if y'all know about chicken pox. Them things be, woo, there be little bumps all over, be itching. Mama would always put some salve or some cream on it. And the one thing she would say is don't scratch at that thing because it's going to leave a mark. Don't be scratching at that because it's going to leave a mark. So many of us are walking around with marks all over us because we've been scratching and picking. We've been scratching and picking at the thing, and it can never heal properly. See, there's another old saying, and I'm going to leave this old saying with you. you hating me or you disliking me or you having malice in your heart against me is like you drinking poison and waiting on me to die. Let that one sink in. What you feeling about somebody else and what they have done, what they've done, because now you are drinking the poison. You're picking the scab. You're picking at that thing. It's like you drinking poison, waiting on somebody else to die. We have to work and focus on the healing process and not put so much attention on the scar. Because I promise you, over time, if you work on the healing and you start on the healing journey, healing yourself, the scar heals and the memory of the pain that was felt will fade. The scar starts to heal. And if you let that thing heal, one day you'll look back and you won't even remember where the scar was. Wow. How powerful. That's when you make healing bigger than the pain. That's when you make healing greater than the scar. That's when you make the choice that I would rather walk this journey of healness than sit in this place of scars. Because you can keep replaying over and over and over in your mind about what somebody did to you. You can keep playing it over and over and over in your mind, how you was hurt. You can keep playing over and over and over and over in your mind, how somebody let you down. You can do it all you want to. That's choice. That's the great thing about life. It's choice. But I promise you this, as long as you sit where you sit, you will never get to where you're trying to go. As long as you sit where you are sitting, you will never get where you say you're trying to go. Sit in your pain. That's a choice. But the one thing about making the choice to sit in your pain, say, I choose to sit in this. I choose to embellish this. I choose not to go towards healing because I want to remember how it hurt. I want to remember this. I want to remember this. I want to remember the scar. I don't want the scar to heal. That's your choice. But don't try to play on both sides and act like you want to be healed and you want to start the healing process, but you keep going back to the very thing. What they say, you can never heal. You can never heal in the same place you were broken. I don't care if you got 100 folks around you. If it's 100 folks around you and they all still picking at their scars, y'all are all in the same boat. That's where that thing comes from. Misery loves company. That's where that comes from. But it's choice. It is choice. So, but anyway, hey, look, that's all I got. I told you I was gonna pop in and pop out. I told you if y'all went to the microwave by the time that thing dinged, I was gonna be gone. But look here, I thank each and every one of you for tuning in. I thank you for your support. I thank you for your prayers. I thank you for your blessings. I'm honored and I'm grateful. I really am that you allow me to come inside your homes, your devices, your computers, whatever. Y'all let this old boy run up in. I'm so grateful. Thank you so very much. Miss Julie, I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you so very much for your support. I greatly appreciate it. And I told you, Miss Julie, look, look, you was praying hard because I woke up with that thing on my mind this morning. I was driving like, ooh, I need to sit. Look, and I hadn't even looked at the message. The boy, look, see that? Look, what they say, won't he do it? Won't he do it? Won't he do it? The prayers of the righteous availeth much. All right, I'm going to say this one thing since I just said that. This is country back porch feeling. This is how the old country boy feel on the back porch. Need some words I say. A lot of people will say, I don't want it for me. I don't want everybody praying for me. Baby, keep your prayer. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you exactly how this country boy right here feels. This is how I feel from my heart. I want everybody to pray for me. You know why? Because the word says the prayers of the righteous availeth much. Y'all missed that. See, why you sitting over here saying because you think this about that person, now I don't want them to pray for me. Now I'll be praying for me. Pray for me. Because if you ain't righteous, it won't availeth much. That's what the word says. The prayers of the righteous availeth much. So I am not turning down now prayer, not a single one. Because I'm not going to sit up here and judge who is righteous and who is not. The prayers of the righteous availeth much. So pray for me, continue prayers, and I thank you for your prayers. I do. I thank each and every one of them. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. And as I close out, I'll just say this, is just know this with everything, that each and every one of you, each and every one of you, each and every one of you, God has placed something inside of you. Each and every one of you has a purpose. Each and every one of you has a vision. Don't allow anything or anyone to distract you from your purpose. Don't allow anything or anyone to deter you from your vision. See your purpose. Your purpose. The thing that he's placed inside of you, understand this, is that he placed it inside of you, but it's not for you. It's for someone else. When you fulfill your purpose, there's somebody out there waiting for you to fulfill your purpose. And can't anybody do what you've been called to do but you? That saying is so true. Often imitated, never ever duplicated. There's nobody else like you. There's nobody that has the vision that you have. There's nobody that has the purpose that you have. No, everybody's not going to like you. No, everybody's not going to agree with you. Yes, there will be people that talk about you and tell you too this, you too that, you can't do this, you ain't smart enough, you ain't tall enough, you ain't big enough, you ain't small enough. Yes, they will. The naysayers, allow them to be who they are. But don't allow them to deter you from your purpose. Don't allow them to tell you that your vision will never come to pass. Just keep going. Keep pushing. And I believe in you. I believe in you. I believe in your vision. I believe in your purpose. And I support your vision because it's the one that God gave you. And lastly but not least, I say this, the short version of it, because I'm finna go. The short version is this, is that know this from this old Louisiana country boy. know this right here. If you don't know nothing else, if you ain't heard these words, if you ain't heard these words all day, if you've been up and you've been looking around and ain't nobody said this to you today, well, look here. Here it is, 8:42 p.m. Houston time. I love you. I love you. And I love you unconditionally. And there ain't nothing, absolutely, positively nothing that you can do about it. And some people be like, what do you mean by nothing you can do about it? You support me? Love you. If you don't support me, love you. You like me? I love you. You don't like me? I love you. Talk about me? I love you. Scandalize my name? I love you. See, let me tell you something about unconditional love. It's not tied to what you do to me. It's tied to who he is to me. That's what it's tied to. It's not tied to how you treat me or don't treat me. My love for you will never, ever change. And it's unconditional. Unconditional. So look, that's it. That's it. That's it. And that's all. Look at y'all, old country boys up out of here. I thank y'all so very much. My TikTok people, I will be back Sunday, 9 p.m. for Wine Down Sunday with the Louisiana Country Boy. To my other family over here, thank y'all so very much. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you. I appreciate everything. And I will see y'all on Monday. Monday, we have a special guest coming. So y'all stay tuned. Y'all stay tuned. Flyers will be out. We will be posting all about it. So look here. Until then, I hope everyone has a very safe, wonderful weekend. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. Old Country Boy is out. Out of here. I'm gone.